It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And up next, it's Deshaun Watson. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Browns and the Texans. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Let's go now.
Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 69 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Stroud sets up the play action. That's to the sideline and incomplete. You look at this Browns defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
Taken in at the 22. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the 3-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 2nd season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 11 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And he has 12 touchdowns on the ground this season, so you know he's a big part of their offense. They count on it, not only to score the touchdowns, but now they can play action, fake it to him, throw it out to the wide receivers, get it to other players who can also produce.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a 1st.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5. Now it's Watson, a bootleg, out to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's the former number 4, Britt Cleveland forward, got in there to bring him down.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Hey, alert, alert.
Play action. Here's Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 22. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing now is Stroud. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. The pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was all capped off by a John Mechie touchdown reception. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Browns drive about to get started. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Loose inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On first down, here's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. They get 17 more on that one and another first down. As Stroud now to throw. This will be complete to Mechie. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Stroud will look to throw once more. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there's good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Texans passing game in right now, picking up another first.
This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Let's go now.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Stroud on 3rd down now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Ka'imi Fairbairn comes on. from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now we'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll try the air now with Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and rushed a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Holding offense.
That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Joel Bitonio.
Still 2nd down.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To throw is Watson. This one downfield for Tillman. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns have moved out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk. Short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. And now out comes Houston. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's Stroud. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. First and 10, it's Stroud. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
This will be taken at the 10. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And they will take over first and 10. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Well, the drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Off of play action, it's Watson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's into the clear again. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Houston set to take over. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Pass incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're a back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
To throw on second is Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it brings out a 3rd and 5 now.
And just put that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Watson off play action.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. He gets this one to Mechie.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Stroud looking to throw.
Over the middle, complete. It's Pierce. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That one complete. It's Tank Dell.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Stroud out of the gun here.
And it is caught. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Texans are going to first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Stroud to throw it. This is caught. Touchdown. Dameon Pierce, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Getting set to go again. We get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. In motion goes the tight end. The tight end in motion right. Throwing again is Watson. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're not. Into this halftime. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's Watson. This one downfield for Tillman. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll begin up in the Still City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, where you see the final score there. Joe Burrow leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Matthew Stafford leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Packers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade is going to happen, but good thought. Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
He's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer when it falls incomplete.
They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Trying to come up with one there could not. There's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Watson looks to throw again. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They give the Chubb out of the gun.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Down to about the 22 here. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find a way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the red zone now, Watson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his
he
rhythm
got
was just
confused.
off? Just got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Watson.
To the right side, that's where Tillman is.
A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
York now for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the bootleg, Stroud. Right side completes to Mechie. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
On 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Keep the ball moving. Keep the ball moving. Ready. Let's go. Keep it rolling, fellas.
Stroud on 3rd down now. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and that's it. Call it no gain on the play and it'll be 2nd down. Now we'll play fake and it's Watson. Going out wide finds Chubb. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot. That a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. On to punt as he gets it away. This is taken around the 12. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Texans will take over. And now out comes Houston. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. On second down, it's Stroud. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense. Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. And that'll bring up... Big sack with a loss of 5. Here's Andy Lee now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Taken from just outside the 30. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Cleveland offense ready to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Watson now going to run the option right. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, it's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. A give running right is Chubb. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Flushed out right. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big pickup of 38.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. But this one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. First and 10, it's Stroud. Got his man, Dell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Stroud now on first and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Pierce. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Stroud. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz, 36 yards. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here comes Amari Cooper and the rest of the Cleveland offense. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. Second down, here's Chubb again. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. The recipe's pretty simple, I think. Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one. Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. They run it again with Chubb. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Up the middle, it's Chubb.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Watson now to throw. Touchdown, Browns. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Browns have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
The York on now for the extra point.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Houston set to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because as you said,
toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
It carries like that. Continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. On 2nd down, it's Knight.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Knight on the handoff.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stroud. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Stroud. That is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Looking for Woods again, and he finds it.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown. Pierce, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans get a bit closer.
And oh, it's blocked. It's picked up, a line ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
They can get 2 points.
they can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Cleveland, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.